Hello again. Today I am doing my This Week in BookTube. For those who aren't aware, This Week in BookTube is a video series that I do every Friday where I cover the Readathons and Readalongs and a couple of BookTuber milestones that I find. So this way you're informed about all of the Readalongs and Readathons that are going on around BookTube. What I do is I update all of the newer BookTube Readathons and Readalongs that I find, and the older ones from previous videos I also splice in here as well. So for those who have watched these videos before, they can jump to the time stamps, check out all the new stuff that's out there, and then just jump to the next section. And for those who are brand new, you can just watch the video straight through and you'll catch all the Readathons and Readalongs that are going on. Because this is the middle of September, I've removed a couple of the Readalongs and book clubs that are in September. If you want to know a little bit about them, you could check back on older videos as well. But I wanted to try to keep this as current as possible. So without further ado, there's a lot to cover here. Let's just get on to the video. First thing I'm going to cover are Readalongs. First one I'm going to cover is Hey Little Thrifter is doing a point horror Halloween readalong. She is going to cover Trick or Treat by Richie Tankersley Cusick. That book is going to start reading on October 1st. They're going to have a check-in at the midpoint October 4th, and then the end of the book is going to be October 7th. Then it's going to go on to Halloween Night by R.L. Stein. That will start reading on October 8th. The midpoint for that is October 11th, which is the end of chapter 9. Same thing as Trick or Treat. Then on October 14th will be the end of the book check-in. Halloween Night 2 is Monday, October 15th. And then October 18th, they're going to check in with the end of chapter 14, and then October 21st is going to be check-in at the end of the book. And these are subject to change. Definitely check out her video to find out more information. Speaking of Halloween, Bookish Realm is also doing a Goosebumps read-along. October 1st to the 7th, it's going to be Welcome to the Dead House and Stay Out of the Basement. October 8th to the 14th is Monster Blood and Say Cheese and Die. October 15th and 21st is The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb and Let's Get Invisible. October 22nd to the 28th is Night of the Living Dummy and The Girl Who Cried Monster. October 29th to November 4th is Welcome to Camp Nightmare and The Ghost Next Door. NotSoAverageJo and chaptercviii are doing the Unfortunate read-along, where they are reading a series of Unfortunate Events books. So they're reading all of the books in the month of October. Steve Donoghue is also doing a read-along. He's calling it Sherlocktober. First, in the last 2 weeks of September, he's doing the Sign of Four by Sherlock Holmes, and then after that, he's going to concentrate on most of the short stories of Sherlock Holmes. So in week 1, it's going to be A Scandal in Bohemia, The Adventures of the Red-Headed League, The Adventures of the Man with the Twisted Lip, The Adventures of the Blue Carbuncle, The Adventures of the Speckled Band, and The Adventures of the Copper Beeches. In week 2, it is going to be The Adventures of the Silver Blade, The Adventures of the Cardboard Box, The Adventures of the Crooked Man, The Adventures of the Greek Interpreter, The Adventures of the Naval Treaty, and The Final Problem. In week 3, it's going to be The Hound of the Baskervilles. And in week 4, you're going to have The Adventures of the Empty House, The Adventures of the Dancing Men, The Adventure of the Solitary Cyclist, The Adventure of Abbey Grange, and The Adventure of the Solitary Stain. LizziefayeLovesBooks, she's doing the Cherry Cola Book Club, which is a 6-book series written by Ashton Lee. The read-along schedule is the Cherry Cola Book Club book will be in September. Then the second book is the Reading Circle in October, The Wedding Circle in November, A Cherry Cola Christmas in December, Queen of the Cookbooks in January, and Book Club Babies in February. Next one is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone read-along announcement, which is all 3 books in that trilogy. There are a bunch of hosts: Bookish Drama, Happy BookTuber, Dragon Queen's Lair, Grace Murray, Where in the World is Leah Jane, Readerbee, and Reading with Ryan are all hosting this. It's going to be running from October through December. October 7th, they are doing a meet and greet show, so you can meet all the hosts and find out more about the read-along. They're supposed to be having some reading sprints, and they'll have live shows with all the different hosts as well. Sounds like a really interesting read-along for those who do want to read those books, and all the links are again in the description. Tales&Teacups T&T book club pick for September-October is Reconstructing Amelia by Kimberly McCreight. Again, I will link the Goodreads link and the actual YouTube video where they talk about it. The NEVERNIGHT and GODSGRAVE read-along. Piera, Forde, and Little Book Owl are hosting this read-along. They are going to be doing a NEVERNIGHT live show on September 30th on Little Book Owl's channel, and then GODSGRAVE on the 28th of October on Piera's channel. Books and Things is doing a read-along for the 13th tale. That is taking place from the 17th to the 30th of September. Common Spence's Darker Shade of Readalong, the second book in that series. The live show will be September 22nd for A Gathering of Shadows and October 27th for A Conjuring of Light. Book Roast Book in a Jar for the month of September is going to be The Last Nimsara, and the quarterly book club live stream for The Extinction Trials is going to be October 20th. Books with Chloe Gentleman Guides Readalong will have its live show September 15th. The Big Buddy Read-Along for Strange the Dreamer is going on from September 24th to September 30th. Margaret the Word Nerd's Demigods Anonymous Read-Along for the Percy Jackson books. The first live show for the first book, The Lightning Thief, will be September 27th. And I am actually going to read along with that. I just picked up the whole series. This is the first time I'm going to be reading the Percy Jackson series, so I am looking forward to reading The Lightning Thief to watch the live show on the 27th. I'm looking forward to it. Completely Melanie is doing her Potter Watch read-along. September 29th is the first Harry Potter book and watch the first Harry Potter movie. October 22nd is the second book. November 24th is the third. December 22nd is the fourth. The 19th is The Order of the Phoenix. The 16th of February is The Half-Blood Prince. March 30th is Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows, and April 27th is going to be Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Anthony Andrews is doing our Doris read-along for Charlie Heathcote's books, September and October. Now, let me get into the Readathons. The first Readathon I want to talk about is Get Graphic With It, which is going to take place October 1st to October 17th. The hosts are April Sarah, Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, and Brews and Reviews. This is all a graphic novel, comic book, illustrated stories, readathon. So the challenges are to begin a new series, read a graphic novel over 200 pages, read a graphic with a female protagonist, read a graphic in black and white, read a graphic that takes place in another country, read a graphic with blue on it, read a humorous graphic, read something from a host TBR, read a graphic with a cuddle buddy, a pet or stuffed animal that has an animal in it. And the last challenge is to read 10 graphic items. Next readathon I'm going to talk about is a 24-hour readathon that's taking place on September 15th. So that is midnight tonight from when I posted this video to midnight on Saturday night, midnight on Friday night to midnight on Saturday night. A quart of books and pages and Once Reads have announcement videos about that readathon. So if you're interested in doing a 24-hour readathon, you can check out those links below. Latinx-a-thon, which sounds really interesting. This is going on from September 22nd to September 29th. This is in honor of National Hispanic Heritage Month, which normally runs from September 15th to October 15th in the US. And obviously, this is a readathon reading Latinx authors or a Latinx main character in the story. There are 4 hosts: Yogi with a Book, Book Ramble, Bookie Charm, and Book Cave. So if you're interested in reading that, all the links will be down in the description. Sounds like a really interesting readathon, and I look forward to seeing what they talk about. Next readathon is another really interesting readathon. I might have to look into a little bit more. Victober. This is the Victorian readathon. This takes place the whole month of October, and it's about reading Victorian era books. This is hosted by Books and Things, Beyond the Pages, Lucy the Reader, Kate Howe, and the challenges are read a book by one of the hosts' favorite Victorian authors, which would be Charlotte Bronte, Charles Dickens, Elizabeth Gaskell, or Thomas Hardy. The second challenge is read a Victorian book with a proper noun, i.e. a place name or person's name in the title. Challenge number 3 is read a book from the first 10 years of the Victorian period and or a book from the last 10 years of the Victorian period, i.e. 1837 to 1847 or 1891 to 1901. Next one is read a Victorian book written by a woman anonymously or under a pseudonym. Number 5 is read a Victorian book and watch a screen adaptation of of it. And a bonus is they have a group read along where everybody is reading Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. Chelsea Darling is doing the Contemporary-thon from September 17th to September 23rd with a live show on September 22nd. The challenges for that readathon is read a contemporary with orange on the cover, read a dark spooky contemporary, read a diverse contemporary, read a contemporary in a non-traditional format, read a contemporary that has your initials on the cover, read a contemporary from a new to you author, and read a contemporary that is a 5-star prediction. Books in the Freezer readathon. This is from the Shades of Orange, and that's what she read. They have a Books in the Freezer podcast, and to celebrate their 1-year anniversary, I believe it is, they are doing a readathon from October 1st to October 14th. I am definitely going to be joining this readathon, and I'm looking forward to picking out the books right now. The challenges are read a horror book by a female author, read a horror anthology or short story collection, read a horror book featuring or by a POC or LGBTQ plus person, read a horror book that has a movie adaptation, and read a book they recommend on their podcast. Then there's a Fall Into Reading-a-thon announcement that Completely Melanie is doing. This is going to take place September 22nd to September 28th with the live show on September 28th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The challenges: 1. School in session. Read the group pick, which is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman or Buddy Read a book. The second challenge is The Leaves Are Falling. Read a book with orange, yellow, and or red on the cover. 3 is I Want S'mores. Read a ooey gooey romance book. 4 is pumpkin spice lattes and apple picking. Read a book with a fruit or beverage on the cover or in the title. And the last one, Trick or Treat, is read a spooky book. And the last thing I'm going to cover here is the BookTube Milestones. So these are milestones for booktubers that I found around BookTube. Kate Fell has just reached 5,000 subscribers. I will share her a video down in the description. And TJ Read the Stars and Hey Little Thrifter both reached 1,000 subscribers. They haven't made announcement videos or any kind of Q&A videos about it, but I did see it and I did want to mention it because I do enjoy both of their channels. So just to give them a shout out to say, hey, congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers. Beck's Books also reached 1,000 subscribers and did a 1,000 Q&A video, which will be linked down below. Just Bookish Things reached 1 year on BookTube. Awkward Book Nerd also reached 1 year on BookTube. Shane's Books in Review also reached a year on BookTube. And that is my video for this week in BookTube. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you soon. Bye.